All right, this is the pool subcommittee. It is 6:27 on May 16th. In attendance is Gina Carfagna, James Akers, and myself, Jason Cameron. All right, so we're gonna, we got these plans. I did get an email from MKSK, and let me find it real quick. I kind of talked about next steps.
Yeah.
This one is just for the, if we build it separate. If we build these out separate. And the phases. Yeah, that's the cost. I don't know what the difference is between those.
Okay, so they were asking for any additional feedback from the four options. The committee leaned towards 4C with phase 1 option to build the bathhouse and event building. The suggestions for adjustments to the 4C would be pull the equipment building down and shift to the west to utilize more park space and open up the pool. The current design feels too cramped. As a side note, if that extra land is not included in the pool park, it may be used for other development. Reserve some decking space, concrete for a picnic area. That's more outside the concession stand. And then reserve space for programming ideas like movie night, fire pit, etc. Then the final sketch plan. Following the feedback today, we'll sketch out a final plan. By the end of the week, we'll share that final plan for your approval to use as your master plan document, which I haven't gotten yet.
So, what is she talking about? I don't,
What?
what area is she talking about with the concession area?
So what I said was, since the concession is right, is in here someplace, if this was concrete pad instead of, because right now this is just open up onto the grass.
Yeah, but I thought this was for this event building so that we could have an event line and event patio out here. For event, and then have a separate place for the concession.
Well, I mean, it could just be concrete. This could be concrete all right there. I just think we need an area for tables for people to sit down and eat at.
Well, that's what you can use that green space for right there.
Well, we do currently eat in the grass area. One of the issues is that the chairs sink if it's muddy.
Oh, that's true, that's right.
So that's why I was hoping for more of a concrete
So we
area.
would just concrete all this area.
The other thing I keep thinking about is we have things like the Connect 4 game. We talked about that giant checkerboard. You'd need kind of concrete space for that, not...
How about, what about turf, like turf grass?
I talked to them about turf, and they said maintenance and long-term, it's a lot more expensive than grass, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
But do you think this needs to be concrete or grass?
I think it needs to be
yeah.
patio, but like.
Because you don't
stone,
want
like-
you don't want to open up onto grass.
No, not
you want people to
grass.
be able to go in and out.
Not grass, but I'm talking about like a patio stone.
Yeah,
Like a
like a paver stone.
Paver, thank you, that's what I was looking for. This needs to be paver with tables and stuff out here. Because if we're gonna kind of have this in an event building, then it needs to be all seasons.
Right.
And it can be closed off from the pool, so you can have private parties here while
Yeah.
the pools are still open.
So we could put a gate or something here.
Yeah.
Honestly, if this was
Hedge.
a hedge, you could almost put like a bench seating all the way around. That might be nice.
Because if we do this first, then we can start making money off of this building to compensate for this.
Yeah. And it would have its own restrooms. It would have the kitchen in it. So this,
full kitchen.
Gina, right here, the thought here is that if there's a caterer coming in, the truck could come back here and.
But he was saying that we're buying the whole thing over.
Over another 20 feet.
Yeah.
There.
Yep.
I was concerned about the space here, but then,
But-
right now, this is what, 40 feet? We slid it over, but that's no different than it is now.
No.
Because we went up the ins and
Yeah,
outs.
exactly.
So that would be fine. And that might actually, I don't know, but maybe save costs because you literally were putting it back
back where it was
where it's
at.
at.
I don't know if it's gonna save anything, to be honest with you, because.
Well, there's
At least
existing plumbing and
where
stuff
the-
there.
Some of the plumbing already in the building.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to, we're actually gonna have to replace the plumbing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Some of the plumbing's
it's
going.
so old that at this point, it probably would cost more to try to save what's there.
Then rip it out.
Yeah.
Well, at least where it's coming up into that, so fine, let me see that ugly
I know.
French building.
So I think the other thing with this is that, you know, obviously that takes out the basketball court. So that's the other thing, by using some of the space out here, by rotating this over here, right? We can put a new basketball court in. Concrete's not,
I would angle it this way and then have this back area over here for like lawn, or you can put the basketball court over here, you can have like movie night things over here. And that way, for movie night, you can still utilize for the trucks,
the food trucks.
for the food trucks and stuff. And I know there's a gate here, but you can have people come in this entrance for the movie, or maybe even like a band night, they can sit over here, set up over there.
Well, this is, they're thinking like a trellis, almost like a patio. It could almost make this larger with a concrete pad under it, where a band could play underneath. Because then it's covered.
Yeah, but if we do it angled, there's more lawn space.
Right,
here.
yeah,
So people could be in front
But
of
still,
the chairs.
Yeah.
have that patio and stuff too.
yeah.
Question that I had is, if we move it this way, is that gonna cost any more for the pumps? Because the pumps will then be
It's,
further away.
yeah, it's piping, really. I
So
think
not
that's it.
Minimal.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna cost anything, the pipe, the pump.
Right.
Pumps will have to be bigger.
The other
Stronger or anything? or-
The advantage to this compared to what we had before is that we basically have one pump for the pool and a pump for the slides.
Yeah, it's separated separately.
Yeah, whereas before it was at least 3. And honestly, they said even the current, this baby pool, you know, we have a building for the pump, all that can be tied in together.
Done.
And then it's all housed in one
I would
building.
just do that.
Yep.
And then the shading stuff that we had, we could also move that over here. in that
Yeah,
area.
remember the last
If
set of
we
plans?
open that up,
Yeah.
it took some more land.
The last set of plans, remember they had those giant umbrellas on them?
Yeah.
Do you remember? And they're not, they were like $600, which is not bad. And I think they're like 15 feet wide. I mean, that's a lot of shade space for $600.
The only concern about this pool setup right here is this island right here.
What's concerning you?
Because are like people gonna be coming in here, like sitting here, or what?
Well, when you look at the space, the size, though, if that's 20 feet, that's only 10 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
I think
so.
one of the things that we talked about that night,
Looking at-
yeah. No, this is
Oh,
probably
yeah.
an
It
8-foot
looks bigger
table.
in here.
Yeah, this is probably 8 foot, and then with this here, this is all probably about 10.
Well, that's not
Right.
bad if it's that way.
We actually talked about making it bigger so that you could line lounge chairs up on it.
Right, and making that.
And then I think even if the steps were over here rather than over there, because if your lounge chairs are here, you can walk and get right in the pool as opposed to the other side.
Not a very.
Yeah, you'd have to make that larger. You'd have
Right.
to double that space.
So that's gonna take out your part of your
No,
pool.
you just have to make that.
Well, remember one of the things they talked about was actually instead of this being more of a U shape to make it more of a V shape. So you could take this part of the pool and actually turn it. So this would be more of a
It's only gonna be kind of catty, so that
Yeah.
the slides would be over here. And that would work.
Oh,
That would work,
okay.
because if you're
Yeah.
talking about sliding that whole thing over.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
I
of
think-
this, just shift the whole
Yeah,
thing.
because one of the things that we could do, let's say we push this back and we made this bigger and it was a concrete patio for the band. We could also put a screen underneath that. And then you could actually be in the pool, it would be straight on to watch a movie for a movie night,
Sure.
you know? Because this is a zero entry pool, which means the whole family can literally be here watching that.
I like that idea.
I did too. This just needs to be moved over there.
That's fine.
It's really like literally the whole thing, just shift that over.
Yeah.
Just shift that
Yep.
over.
Yep.
So what
I
about,
do want to make sure that we have this
Uh-huh.
space though. Like
Yep.
I do want all
Yeah.
that to be a day.
We did have a discussion about if the village owns this space, we think that we have a
So we did.
right of way in here.
We did own that space.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's one of those that Lynn, I know that we did, because that was always the cut through
Yeah.
back when
So
you
we've-
could get from my house.
There's
That's
talk
the
about,
cut through.
you know, doing a path back here of some kind that would connect.
could you connect, what does this connect to?
Well, no, what I'm talking about, just to get here to the pool.
This connects to
'Cause-
like Ponderosa, Carlton. I don't know.
yeah, because what's his name? Who's the boy that comes?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Zach.
No, not Zach.
Zach lives
but
over here,
same-
but,
Nope. No, the one that John always buys stuff
Oh,
for.
Grant.
Grant, yes.
Grant.
Yeah, this is the cul-de-sac, and it's right here.
okay,
Right.
Yeah, so that, what is it, Kerwood?
I don't know the cul-de-sac.
and then we have this
Cul-de-sac
outside.
right here, that cul-de-sac.
There's like a cul-de-sac here, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
five
it's
of them.
like-
Well, if there's a path that can come through here, it connects to the pool, there's a path here that can connect to this over here to get to the field.
I think there is one already.
All the way across?
I think so. Behind the fence line.
Oh, okay. And then you have this path here that goes.
Right.
I just wish this path was able to be connected and can connect over into Green Line.
Well, when we redo Valley Road, we can always look at adding sidewalks. Which I think would be necessary. You know how many people walk to the pool? You know?
There's quite a few.
It would be nice to have some sidewalks.
For
for that.
kids and everything.
I know.
What is this going is this island here for the,
It's what we have currently.
is it gonna still be there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just thinking about one thing now that they didn't plan for in this space, a dumpster. So moving this over, we might wanna put a
It's dumpster
space.
there now, right? Yeah, it's over here.
It's over there, yeah. I guess it's technically on the outside of the fence.
Yeah.
I wonder if it could just sit here.
We can sit
Make
there.
this
and just
wider,
back it up.
and they could just go in there and dump it
Yeah.
back out. But we'd have to.
Just
It's
make
gotta be
sure it's
outside
behind
the
a fence.
Yeah, it's gotta be outside the fence, otherwise you're not gonna get it emptied.
Yeah, and that fence line can move back,
Well, that's a whole nother reason to move this over.
yeah. But in general, I think this is a good plan. Now, that's what I hadn't looked at.
And so this is where, this is,
Yeah.
like you said, this is where I know we can cut.
Because I'm sure they still have a work on in there. Oh, I can pull it up. They probably still have chairs and stuff, right?
Yeah, but we already got all that.
I know,
so-
they're just trying to be they're trying to
What
think of
about,
everything. Alright, so let's see what we got here.
Are they gonna save any of these trees?
So the big three trees, yes.
Okay. And what about the stuff up front?
I don't think they're touching the island. But that's about it.
But they'll get rid of some of this foliage on here.
They're putting it in, looks like.
Yeah.
So they're gonna take all some of that
They're
stuff.
putting that in, so they're adding that.
Well, that's something that Minerva Flora kind of did, so.
Uh,
Alright, so let's see what we got
No, right
here.
now, that's just flowers. There's no trees up there now.
I thought those are huge bushes right here, but I guess
Okay, so the
They
pool,
used to have might now, they used to just have a colored thing that went over the fence.
Supposedly it had flowers in it or something, and yeah.
Kept the dirt or dust
Yeah.
from coming into it.
All right, so, let's just get to, there's a lot of building stuff that's probably in there, right? Stormwater stuff, all that.
Yeah, it looks like the biggest part is all the way
The
down.
pool itself is 1.3, and then the slide is another 400. Pool safety and accessibility equipment, I'm gonna,
And so this one has a slide is
assume-
350. Oh, wait, there's two different,
what's the difference?
There's
Oh,
option
option 4A, okay, I didn't realize. Oh, and this is if we do it in phases?
Yeah,
Option 4A phase, okay, let's look at that one.
phase one.
So I don't think we have to worry about any tree protection for building those
Yeah.
buildings. Earthwork would probably still be there. Building and site, so restrooms, changing room, building, they're thinking just over 500,000. And then the pool office, another 750,000. So they still have cafe tables and chairs in here, which we'll probably just start buying those next year. Umbrellas, 900, litter, landscaping. I mean, the landscaping's not much, 39, that still includes a sprinkler system. They have new poles in here, they do have a sound system and a security system.
yeah, like
Is it
the shrubs and ground cover areas.
Is it a-
13,000 on that.
Yeah.
Is it a full kitchen?
No, the kitchen equipment would be extra,
Automatic irrigation system.
yeah. There's definitely some stuff in there.
15.
You know, we're talking 2.5 to do the buildings, and honestly, I bet you we could get it down to like high end, maybe 1.9. Don't you think?
Huh?
Because I think the other thing you have to think about that's not in here is you gotta furnish the inside of those buildings, right? So you gotta get desks, you gotta get chairs and tables and the kitchen equipment. You know, get shower curtains and,
Yeah, do they have that fixed into the,
they have the cafe tables and chairs, but
That's what that was. That was for the concession stand. Concession setup.
I mean, honestly, this is the space. I mean, they'll end up digging up some of this over here. We're gonna have to resod or seed it. We're gonna have to redo the concrete, but I'm pretty sure that they redid the concrete around the pool a couple years ago, didn't they? Do you remember? I feel like the concrete around the pool, close to the pool, has been redone. The new drains put in and things like that. So I think that there's a cut line that separates.
that's the end of it.
So I would imagine all that concrete would go. In which case we'd be putting new concrete in anyway. We don't have to do any, well, there's some trees that would go, but they're not major trees.
Is this gravel, is this concrete?
It's
Probably concrete. But that's not phase one. That would be phase two.
So they're considering this phase two.
So this is a-
And again, it's like $20,000 for a security camera and system, right? Maybe you get that wired in, but you don't actually do it.
Well, can we not tie that in with the cameras we already have?
There's no cameras down there. What?
With the police?
No, with the FOC cameras?
Yeah.
So we pay an annual subscription for those.
Well, I know that, but I'm still.
I
That way,
think-
because if you have, but that's gonna be a separate camera system. The cops are not gonna be able to see that. what's going on.
I don't
there.
think the intent is to see, for the cops to see it. I think the intent is for vandalism and stuff like that. In which case, it's a DVR, it records it. I know what you're saying, I get it, they could live see it. But the camera doesn't, that camera that you're talking about doesn't like send an alert. It's not like saying, hey, there's activity or something's going on. It's just a camera that records to a DVR and the cops can see it in their car.
Well, then just get a ring system.
Well, that's basically what we would do. We don't need a $20,000. We don't need 15,000 in irrigation.
Yeah, it's saying we're not watering grass. I don't even know. Highlands doesn't even have. They don't water the grass, I don't know. Yeah, the landscaping, that whole chunk, you can definitely.
And you know what? Some people might not like it, but it might be an option to do some of the landscaping out of that Mary Yost fund.
100%.
You know?
Well, that's what it's there for.
It is for the beautification of the village, and that is a new place. And it's for the village. Even this metal work, like that's replacing the whole, what is this? Oh, a Maristar steel montage. So this is like a metal fence, not a chain link fence.
Yeah, that's the kind.
It's like what
that's-
Athens pool has.
That's the one, that's like Highlands has, it's that
Yeah.
big.
Yep.
Stick.
Mhm.
You can't climb it.
Well, that's what you need.
I mean, that's $36,000 for fencing.
It needs to be protected and look good. A chain link fence is not attractive.
119 for pavements and drainage.
When you don't do it as phase one, that's got a $50,000 for fencing.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you do that fencing for phase one so that this all is uniform and then this can be chain link or whatever.
But this is gonna be, I mean, it's coming out here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this is all us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that, this fencing is.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, this is gonna be just.
I'll be honest with you, $6.1 million for all this is not bad.
No, again, we can trim, I know we can trim,
It's not bad.
we could trim 100,000. I bet we could get this down to 6. Flat, if not below. I mean, just looking at the landscaping itself, the
Right.
long term, it's 161,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 61. That's a lot for the, I mean, that's what I'm saying for landscaping, that's 161,000 for landscaping is,
Yeah, $25,000 for shrubs and,
right. 63,000 for the
Turf.
topsoil. That's what just, now is that for,
this is turf grass sodded. So if we get sod, 63, if we seed it, I guess it's 20. That might be an either or, I don't know if that's a both thing.
But there's not a lot of, well, there is here, there's grass.
I mean, if we did it, depending on time of year, I don't know that we'd have to you'd have time to,
Say that again?
depending what time of year we did this, you'd have all of spring to grow.
Yeah,
You wouldn't necessarily need to get
right.
that. Yeah, the 15,000 for irrigation system, don't need it.
I don't know that I've seen a pool with them. I don't think I've seen any of our pools around here with an irrigation system.
No.
Yeah, 160,000 just for landscaping. Wow.
Yeah, I'd say if you knock that out, that takes you down to just at 6 million.
Yeah. Yeah, but new lighting out there. We did ask for an audio, like a speaker system. Right now, we just have 2 of those horn speakers up.
We need a speaker system. We need audio.
You know, and then, you know, $500,000 of this is a contingency fund on top of that.
45,000 for deck drains. Zum style bronze deck drains,
Where do you see that?
line 25.
Oh.
Can you give us rounds beside bronze?
Right.
Nothing shiny.
Oh, the parking lot is in here. Asphalt parking, 162,000.
I thought that was gonna be part of the Valley Road project.
Right, that's what we're trying to work on. I mean, if you look at the sub costs,
I mean, theoretically, we could get it down to 5.5, I think, and then just, you know,
piece the other stuff
yeah,
together.
landscaping, and if someday, you know, depending on whether we can get
Mhm.
the asphalt for the
Mm-hmm,
party or not, I mean, I think most people, like, we're fine for gravel.
right. You know, and the other question that came up is, you know, we've been using Patterson for a lot of our pool stuff. When it actually comes time for it, if he bids it out, it may not cost as much as what, you know, they're thinking. So,
So they're not the ones building the pool?
no, they're just the engineering firm. Unfortunately, for us to get any grants for, the pool, like for the baby pool, we got a grant for it. The problem was it had to have an engineer stamp on it, which cost almost the same price as the grant we got. And MKSK was the company that did it for us, so. So I think we tell them, hey, you know, I'm gonna go back and tell them, let's look at making that more of a V rather than a U.
On the pool itself?
Yeah,
Well, as long as we keep this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
and we wanna move it over a little bit.
Ship the whole, ship that,
Yeah,
And then make this.
send that over.
hey, how's it going? And then, yeah, because that's gonna turn this
Yeah.
over, even if we push this back
That's what I'm
further,
saying,
so
I'll
that there's
take
a
the
bigger
whole-
concrete
yeah,
pad.
Yeah, take
Yep.
that, turn it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So 4C. And then we'll do it in phases.
I mean, I think that that's a nice pool for our community.
Yeah.
Where do you?
You know, it's not too flashy, but it's got what the pools around us have.
Is this the staircase to the slide?
Probably.
Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
And just out of curiosity, because I missed the conversation, what prompted this choice over this choice as far as the setup?
For this building?
No, the pool.
Oh, this
setup,
pool?
Turning the whole thing.
Because of the room here from the bathrooms, it's that there's not a lot of room here. And if you turn it this way, you're able to move this out.
Well, that is one building, which means we're heating and
Oh,
air
yeah,
conditioning.
no, I'm just saying the pool
She's talking-
itself.
Oh, the pool itself?
Yeah, just to switch, we'll just
Because-
have this conversation about switching it.
Because the bathrooms will be here and stuff, and there's not a room here, a lot of room here. And then we really couldn't move it this way.
Without taking up the
Without-
basketball court, which
So-
still could be done. I think it all went back to the first set of plans they gave us, everyone kind of liked this direction. And I think
Yeah, I don't
that's why.
disagree, I don't disagree, I just,
Yeah.
like I said, I wasn't here for the conversation, so.
And then the other thing, it had something to do with the swim lanes or something. Or something.
One thing,
But the main problem was this area right here. But the aesthetics, if you're like walking in here, you're like walking right into the pool. Whereas this, you're walking in, it's kind
well,
of
I have a
like,
thought though, or question, slash thought, and that is, So the hope is in the long run to use this for competition or whatever.
Yeah.
This does not get a lot of space to watch competition. This is 20 feet.
Mhm.
So you really don't have space to watch the races.
What if we put bleachers up in the grass area?
That whole thing.
Wait, I thought there was one where it was flipped that way.
And the only reason I say that is for selfish reasons.
Go for it, fine.
That keeps all of the kids here, and that gives us our green space that we can flip. And gives us space, adult space.
There was, I don't know where it's at, I don't know why it's not in here. There was an option where this was over on this side.
Yeah.
But they were two separate pools. The first set of
Oh,
plans,
yeah.
everything was two separate.
Oh, okay. Because we could,
I mean, I'm fine. I mean, I'll never watch competition there. It'll never be my concern,
right.
to be honest.
Yeah, you don't have
But,
kids.
I do see what you're saying.
because like I know, like at Highlands, that dive, that competition pool, that is where all of the green space is at.
Because they're watching it from there, or?
I just know I've been there before when they come and do that, and that's where all of the families all set up their tents and all of that stuff over there. I mean, and I've never been to one.
So they set up tents?
Yeah, they bring their little like, shaded tents and their little like,
Gotcha.
they're gonna be there all day long,
Gotcha, oh,
watching
okay.
the kids
Okay.
compete. Because I'm guessing swim is probably like track, where you do a race and you might not be doing the next one for,
Hmm.
again, I've never been to one, but.
But I think if we do put that V and kind of tilt it more this way.
I mean, even so, again, I could always say too, if that's the case, yes, if families can do their thing, they're gonna come over and watch their kid compete, and they're gonna go back
Yeah.
to their space. I have no idea. But I'm totally, like I said, this works perfectly fine for me.
And then these also,
Well, no, you
Turn
know what,
it to
actually, let me
some-
say it again, because if we do slide that over like this one is, you will have more space.
Yeah.
You'll have this space.
right.
So yes,
Yeah, because you'll have all this.
yeah, you'd have a lot more space actually.
Yeah.
So the diving boards tilt up, and then they can actually, the blocks will fit over there. I think, how many lanes is it, 6?
Yeah, I think you said it had to be.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I think it'd be a great addition to our community.
And it kind of puts this out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, but
It hides it in the tree line too.
yeah.
That could be nice.
Yeah. And we can always add another basketball court somewhere.
They can go down the street.
Well, I mean, they do use that basketball court.
They do.
They would.
Yeah.
We'll put one
We'll
in
have
just
to
for
put it in just for gaming.
I mean,
Just for David
I don't know how it
compliance.
works, but is that something you could do, like, can someone donate it? Is it something you could just say, hey, you know, it's.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just a slide off.
I mean, when you're pouring concrete, it's not
Make
that,
it form, you can put concrete.
Yeah. It's not gonna be-
You're done.
yeah, it's not gonna be that much.
Yeah, I can.
It's what, a 20 square foot pad or something?
Right.
I'm excited. Now we just gotta get it. We gotta get all the financing.
So is anything here the same as there? Meaning, is anything the same place, or is this completely in a different spot than the original?
Well, the bathhouse and whatnot is pretty much here.
But as far as the pool,
The pool is close, right? So
They're gonna use the same hole.
actually, I think it's pushed further this way.
somewhere is it?
Yeah,
So this area would be this.
Oh, yeah, it is, because
yeah,
it's the existing.
yep.
Yeah.
Because really, I mean, we're not really talking about excavating a ton of dirt.
No.
They're basically gonna dig this section out, and then they're gonna end up dumping it over on this side. Because this is not gonna be as deep as it is now.
You're gonna get shade.
Mhm.
You're gonna get shade on this, I think, because that,
These trees are.
Yeah, but this is west, right? That's
I know where
east.
those people sit back there. They're sitting in the shade, because that's where they go over.
Yeah, back here, right? But the basketball court's not in the shade. I don't ever think I've ever seen that in the shade.
I think you're right.
So I think we're kind of on the edge of it, but
We're still gonna be.
You're not gonna put your chair there.
yeah. I mean, I think
you're
we're
right.
talking about the pool being right here,
Yeah.
the lanes.
There. Which in this area that we don't use at all is always fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gosh, look how little that looks compared to. I mean, it's just as far as the space that we use for the pool.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because we got all this.
Yeah, I think that. And they said they're looking for that she could knock out. Did you knock out? What did you do?
I didn't, no, I didn't.
So basically, we knock it out almost line 35 to 45.
Okay.
Almost the whole thing. You can, I mean, obviously, some of it you're gonna need, but they have turf grass seeded, they have,
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that was 100. Well, it's 160 on the first one, it's only 40 on the next one. If we do it in phases, yeah.
Yeah.
but even for the first phase, you're still looking at,
Yeah, 35, right, or 40?
40, so
Yeah.
15,000 for the irrigation
Mhm.
system, knock it out.
Yeah.
The cafe tables and chairs, I guess you kind of, they don't have it itemized on here, but you do kind of keep that in mind, like you said, for the inside.
Oh, yeah, they did not put them on here. But here's the thing, like we now have 178 chaise chairs at the pool. I think somewhere around 200 is the magic number for those. So, maybe we spend another $10,000 next year on some more chaise. Maybe we buy picnic tables because we bought the dining chairs already.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we don't need those. We just need the tables. We need to replace those wooden tables with something newer.
for this event space, I mean, we necessarily wouldn't be the fanciest thing initially, but even if you got moving in, we just got.
I mean, to start with, we could bring the black tables that we used to use here.
Basic,
Yeah.
so your basic
Yeah,
tables.
and they have those metal folding chairs in the
Yeah.
basement.
So you just use
Like, we
those
can
for-
start there. But I think we would want to get things like, maybe those cafe tables, the tall ones, the
Yeah.
small round ones, things like that, because those would be nice out on the patio. Let's say you're having a cocktail night or something.
Other than, for just stand on if you put tall chairs, you're gonna have kids climb out of the chairs though.
But again, we can put a gate or something there that kind of separates it off.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Nothing for John to worry about the cage.
yeah, well. I ran down a rabbit trail today. What? No, we're recording. I ran down a rabbit trail and I don't think it was Yelp, but I found comments on our pool. And it was pretty interesting to read.
Where was that?
I don't think it was Yelp, but it was maybe Google reviews or something like that. Some interesting things. Some people that were all about the pool, some that were like, no, it's a terrible pool. One family complained about the slide being gone.
Gone.
Yeah. They're like, there used to be a slide there, now there's no slide. There's nothing for the kids to do. Well, I mean, some of it's legitimate. Unfortunately, there were several comments about not feeling inclusive at the pool. So, certain families being turned away or not feeling welcome. So, I don't know. So,
Yeah, that needs to be
yeah, I know.
addressed.
Okay,
At
cool.
the same time, there are, to a point, some rules or rules.
Can we kind of maybe nail down a movie for movie night? Like what? What? I mean, do we want to do like I've heard so many arguments different ways. Like, originally I was like, oh, we'll do like a Disney movie, like a water theme, Finding Nemo or Moana or something like that, right? But then the point was brought up. Well, it doesn't get dark until 9 o'clock at night. Are kids actually going to be up that late to watch a movie?
I can tell you that we did it at Northland, does
Yeah.
it? And it's done once a year, and it is full.
Is it?
Because it's like going to, the drive-in movie,
Yeah.
it's your night. They like, okay, tonight we're gonna go.
And
It's
did-
the night for you.
And the kids all go?
We
Okay.
all went. We took our kids.
Yeah.
They were. I mean, there were some kids that were little, but ours were still probably anywhere from 8 to 10. It was so much time.
I mean, we do some, we have, MPCA does do sip and dip, so it's not like we're trying to create an adult event.
No, I think I would still do some sort of. I can't think of any like middle. Because if you go the other direction, kids aren't going to want to sit through a.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do like, if you do a couple, you can do like a Finding Nemo or something like that, and then you could do like a Jaws or like a, more.
Right.
Yeah, or something like that.
I just need to make a decision and let them know, hey, this is the movie
Shout
we're.
out.
Which one?
We're kidding.
Do Moana or something like that.
I think a Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
You can do Little Mermaid live. But not the cartoon, but the...
A live action one instead.
That might be good. Make it more inclusive.
Yeah. We should
So-
do that one.
It ranges between, it's gonna be the higher end, it's $550 per movie
Oh,
to get the license.
for Disney, is it gonna cost more than that?
No, that's the high end, and Disney is the high end,
Okay.
What's low end?
500. So it's only $50 difference, yeah.
Just do Little Mermaid.
So live action Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's popular, just came out, well, not
Okay.
really just came out, but
And I'd still like to do like special concession stand stuff, like,
Yeah.
not Jello shots, but Jello with like little fishes in them or something, and just to kind of have a fun theme to it. And popcorn.
Yeah, you could do a lot actually with that.
could they not come up with like a fish theme popcorn?
Well, we could put fishes
You
in
could put,
it.
yeah,
Like
you could
the-
put
Yeah,
like
you could put like Swedish fish in it or something, yeah,
I think
yeah.
You could even do like gold, the colored gold, the rainbow gold.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So my thoughts are, even if the movie doesn't start till 9, you open it up at like 8:30, and then you have activities to do
Well-
ahead of time.
Keep in mind also, if we're able to do it, like you said, where it's under that,
Mm-hmm.
if it's not, it should technically be, you should still be able to see it, but it's not completely dark.
Right.
If you're not,
Well, even with our current setup, yeah, if we do it under the awnings, the canopies that are out there, it should start to be dark, yeah. Yeah, and we can do real
I would
projection.
say they honestly did like Iron Wings. It was not a fancy setup at all,
I'm sure,
at all.
yeah.
It was like, I don't know, it might have been a sheet. I had pictures like that because I did it as a kid.
We bought one of those inflatable movie screens.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of people that
I
have.
haven't even opened it, it's still in the box.
No, I have.
And I have a projector. So, I just need to see if I think the village has a sound system. That might be the one thing.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Carrie has been.
I'm sure somebody does, if not.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Okay, so we're doing Little Mermaid live action is what we're going for. Okay. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna forward this to Leah. Oops, that's not forward. Okay, so can you, I've talked to your neighbors who I've gone blank on.
Auctioneers?
Yes, Erin, I talked to Erin about the bands at the pool, and she's like, we know a ton of
They do
people.
know a ton of bands.
And I said, okay, get me some information. No, I haven't gotten anything yet, but I need to get these booked.
Oh, yeah, I can get it.
And that was one of the conversations that we were having. So by having a band, we have to have a contract. They have to sign a contract. Our attorney is saying so. But I need to get them booked because they're already on the schedule
Yeah,
on
I'll talk to
the
her.
site.
I should probably get hold of her and get home.
So if you can do that, I'd really appreciate it because I'm having a hard time connecting with her.
Yeah, they see a lot, they go to a lot of live music events.
And honestly,
And they're not like anything, they're not like, it's a couple guys.
Yeah.
They're good.
yeah, a cover band is absolutely perfect. Like that's probably exactly what we want. Like it doesn't need to be anything special. Just sitting around, we'll bring the fire pit out.
Yep.
We'll listen to music. You can go swimming if you want. Yeah, cool. Because the first event's in only 4 weeks. It's the 14th. It's our first, and MPCA has gotten their license. But they could only get it for the first 2. They will not have it for, well, depending on when I haven't nailed down the movie night. We originally were talking, I think school starts this 19th, maybe?
Sounds right, and last year was the 17th.
The weekend of the 10th, that Saturday, is Uptown Westerville, I think. So we can't do it that night. And the 9th would be band night anyways. So it's either the 3rd, which is the first weekend, or the first Saturday, or the 17th, which might run into right before school.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna be like, we're gonna wind down.
Yeah, kids don't, they want to get kids on a schedule already, so I think we have to do it the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. What? I just want to be done with this. Yeah, okay. Cool. So, Aaron, if you'll talk to
Yeah.
Aaron, I just forwarded the stuff to Leah to get the movie license, and then the 3rd is what we'll plan for movie night. Cool. And then I'll send MKSK information. Alrighty. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where's the other one? Here we go.